So now I have, because I have these little things on my end that I don't want stream to see because it'll ruin some surprises. So I'll probably cut this little bit of the intro out when I put the VOD up. But I have been preparing this for a while. Like the entire like Space Marine Compendium Vow of Absolution that you have. I converted that like to Foundry myself. There's not they didn't make an official Foundry module for it, so all of those archetypes, all of those items, I entered each one in myself.
Damn.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Oh yeah, and I've got so many maps. I've gotten so many playlists I've set up, animations. I mean, mainly sounds, but like also all sorts of stuff like that. Like it's pretty cool. And you'll see like you guys actually have your own journal like collectively, where I've given you guys permission to actually edit. So like you can keep like note of things that like you see or you think are going to be important for you to remember later in the player journal. And I'm going to be updating your journal as well as you get things like, you know, briefings or like information that's like you know, something that you'll recollect, like a briefing, or like, oh, this kind of information is all synthesized, so you've got this, like, record or whatever. So you'll have access to that. And at any point, the great thing about Foundry is, at any point, if you're like, oh, hey, how does this work again? You can just go into Journals, Core Rulebook, and just look it up.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, I hope everybody's excited. Because this is going to be, like, in terms of scope and scale, this is going to be, like, by far the largest homebrew thing I've ever done. Because
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get into.
oh yeah, it's been, yeah, I've, like, been kind of posting and like getting advice from other people, and the cool thing is this is the first time like I'm working with the system. I mean, I've been working like in the sense of like, you know, kind of reading and rereading and all of that for a long time, but this is like the first time I'm ever like hopping into a new system and be like, no, I don't want to run any pre-written scenarios, I just want to create my sandbox. So yeah, I hope you guys like the our little starting background music. Because
It's very cinematic.
yeah, it kind of makes you feel like, oh yeah, we're in the 41st millennium. Okay, let me enable that there. So, while we did create our characters, let's refresh our memory for everybody, and go through kind of who your character is, like, you know, kind of some of their history, and yeah, like kind of important things that you think, for example, your other players should know. Because again, playing as Terminators, like, you guys will have fought beside each other for years. And so you might decide, like, you don't have to decide tonight now, but you might decide, like, oh, hey, wouldn't it be cool if our characters had this, you know, this battle that we fought, like, and we were, like, side by side fighting against, you know, demons or whatever. Like, that's kind of the stuff that we're interested in. And then, like, your armor itself is a character. It's an ancient treasured relic of, you know, the Imperium. So those are things that you'll get to develop kind of as we go, as ideas kind of come to you. So, yeah, who wants to go first?
Well, let's start with Lieutenant Gravius.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of backstory written for him, but
Yep.
he is lieutenant. I think. What did we decide? He's the second lieutenant
Yeah, second lieutenant.
of the first company.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the possibility that he gets the first if the first lieutenant dies or something like that.
Right.
But yeah.
Being Primaris, but also having fought in several campaigns already, long campaigns over hundreds of years. Has been around. He's a serious, but not strict commander.
Yeah.
He's very tough, and he's more about survival than I guess than jumping headfirst into combat or other diplomacy or anything. He's more about reserved approach and surviving whatever it may be, whether it's politics or gunfire.
Yeah. I imagine he has some colorful opinions on the Black Templars.
Yeah. So he cares deeply, I would say, for all of the members of his company, and basically at the end of the day wants them all to survive.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a really fun and you'll find, like, I mean, even just as we play, you might find, like, oh, I really like, this, like, any given direction that you find your character kind of coming in, and that's the good thing about having, these characters that in a system that is not going to, like, insta-kill you. Like, I've only found one thing that could insta-kill you guys, and that faction, or at least that level of thing, I'm not planning on putting in this campaign anyways, so...
And, he's warm and approachable to the members of his company, but you can never get too close. So perhaps there's a reason why you can never get too close to him, and also why he wants everyone to survive. And he's more of a conscious leader. Perhaps there's some reason for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, who wants to go next?
Yes. Can introduce... Actually, I don't know his formal rank.
Master of the Armory.
Right. Introduce Master of the Armory, Castanea, who has been with the Emerald Serpents for an extremely long time. Fought... and I'm gonna have to pull the name up. Fought during the cleansing of Lucian's Reach. Was severely injured at the beginning. Took a blast to the face, which destroyed his vocal cords. But while recovering from said blast, he noticed that most of his brothers that had insignias or any special markings on their armor were being injured at a much higher rate. So he took it upon himself to start coating all of his brother's armor in oil and grime. Doing so resulted in less casualties overall, and helped the Emerald Serpents to adopt the doctrine of everyone's armor looking the same.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It was actually, it was your ploy that actually was so vital in securing victory during that second attack, because the Alpha Legion, who knew enough about Space Marines to know what typical, like, apothecary, chaplain type, insignia is, they couldn't tell anybody apart. They knew, oh, Space Marine, kill him. But, like, a librarian who had enough kind of psychic power to mask their presence, that was, for example, Codicier Cerastes. He had a personal heraldry of, like, hornlets above the eyes on his armor, so that naturally allowed him to approach pretty easily, especially with that grime on him. And so you managed to secure great. That's how you earned your Terminator honors.
Yep.
In fact, this tactic, or this new kind of adoption of the chapter, was named in honor of your character. It's the Castanea Doctrine.
Right. So, since earning his Terminator armor and being promoted to the First Coil, Castanea has served as the Master of the Armory, and one of his pastimes has been studying Xenos technology. He's been, over the many years, been truly fascinated by several different Xenos technology. Necron tier technology particularly piques his interest, mostly because of the color.
Mm-hmm.
It's green. The Emerald Serpents are green.
I like that.
He just liked it. However, there's a certain other green type of technology that utterly frustrates him.
It's the orcs.
Yes, Castanea has a particular disdain for orcish technology because he cannot get it to work.
Oh, I like that. That's a good little quirky character. And so, we only have one left.
Brother Wapernicus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the new guy. I don't think I have much of a backstory, like a deep one yet. I'm still trying to work on it, but
yeah, and that's the great thing about
basically, Barb Royalist was killed in battle, and I witnessed him basically get a, what do we call it, a dark lance ripped through his skull. And when everyone else felt like giving up, I kept my battle sense and was able to point out an ambush that I realized we were about to get ourselves into. So because of my heroic acts, I was, I guess, kind of bumped up to join the Terminators, or become a Terminator.
Yeah, but you're by far the youngest member of the First Coil. Like, probably by a good century and a half.
Nobody really trusts me because of that fact. So I feel like I have a chip on my shoulder, like I need to prove myself in combat, in battle.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I'm an extreme xenophobe, but in the way that, like a kid is afraid of, like, worms and spiders and stuff.
Yeah, he just thinks they're icky. I love
that. And I want to burn and destroy them all.
Yeah, and that's going to provide some interesting potential twists on encounters. And just for the sake of, because Robo did create a character before he had to take a break, and I, because you guys might end up needing a psyker at certain points, just as a backup. I've got this PC that can act as basically a free deny the witch. They're not going to be coming with you at any point unless you specifically requisition them. But it's Codicier Cerastes. He also fought at the cleansing of Lucion's Reach. So Castania, you would know him. You probably fought alongside him personally, and you know that he is a biomancer with a focus on specifically buffing and enhancing the abilities of his battle brothers. But we're not going to talk much about him because he's not playing an active role at the moment. Just know that he is available to you should you find yourself in a situation where you feel that you need further defenses against warp machinations. But, anyways.
Brother Nasty Sarastes.
Nastiest. It's actually the name of the desert horned viper. The genus name, Sarastes.
Yeah.
But anyways, if we're all ready to get started, let's just fucking do it. Let me set. This is a good theme. You've been called to the Strategium. Unarmed and unarmored, you feel the cold metal beneath your feet as you march from your humble quarters. If anybody wants to describe your quarters, feel free to do so now. Like, what do you guys think your, like, anything specific about your kind of bunk, so to speak?
My room is a circular room with large red, I guess, curtains across the wall, but they're kind of like giant blankets almost, just like big red cloth drapes across the walls in the circular room. There is a bunk inset into the wall of the room. On one side, it's a little bigger and more luxurious. And there's one across on the other side of the room, which is a little smaller for my chapter surf. In the center of the room is, I guess, relics that I'm able to keep in there. You know, armor and weapons as long as they're not being serviced.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, perhaps your personal equipment, like your Thunderhammer.
Yeah, and a sort of a plinth where I stand and my chapter surf helps me arm up for any.
Yeah, your chapter surf Camille.
Right.
Anybody else? Or it's okay if yours is kind of just very basic and bare.
I think Copernicus would just have a very neat and tidy little space.
Yeah.
Basically, he's trying to keep his, like well made up, like in the military, just
very bare, like.
Right, kind of like just a cot with a curtain around it and a footlocker, and then maybe a few like little mementos from various battles kind of decorated on a shelf.
Yeah.
Castania's quarters, on the other hand, are like if you've ever seen a garage workshop that just has too much stuff in it.
Yeah.
Where the inlaid bunk in the wall just is filled to the brim with stuff. So much stuff that you see hanging from the roof are two hammocks, one for Castania and one for his chapter surf. But if you look in the room for long enough, you start to understand the madness where everything in there has its place.
Yeah. So, you all meet each other. I mean, you guys have met before. You've fought beside each other. You guys get to decide at any point, like, what battles you've shared or how you fought or whatever. But you all come together, and you're marching from your quarters to the main lift. You pass by other members of the First Coil, and they all greet you with a brotherly nod of acknowledgement as they tend to their own duties. Once you've stepped up upon the platform, the pale-skinned servitor that to some of you might be a little familiar. You note designation Miles Kaminskius. It briefly looks at you with its
That's great,
bionic eye.
Kaminskius.
Yeah, and then to the controls before entering something on the keypad. Who's in front? Like, what's your kind of marching order, so to speak?
I'm sure I would have headed there first.
Okay.
I think order of rank, probably.
Yeah.
Can the First Coil have a salute sort of acknowledgement that's it's like you rear your right fist up like it's a snake about to strike?
Oh, hell yeah. I like that. That's just that's exactly what I think should happen. Okay, let's see. So, as the
And you
servitor-
hiss at each other.
like those kids in high school.
Yeah.
So, the servitor looks at you, then the controls before entering something on the keypad.
Ident codes recognized. Gravius confirmed. Destination Strategium.
Its monotonous vox implant intones as the lift lurches into motion. As you head up to the Strategium.
I pay little mind to the servitor, as it basically is just like a smart home appliance to me.
Yeah.
You think we'll get to see some action, Lieutenant? Wait, is that your rank? Lieutenant, right?
Yeah, Lieutenant. I don't care pronunciation.
I'll say Lieutenant because I'm not British.
Yeah. That's the real reason that 40K is so dystopian. It's because everybody's British.
Action in this system seems inevitable, fortunately.
Yeah. You would have been given a brief before your translation into the warp from the journey that something had emerged in this system that required the First Coil specifically to be deployed. But that's all you know as of now.
Don't get too excited. If they're sending us, someone's worried.
And as you finish your conversation, the lift comes to a stop as you reach the destination. Scrambling menials and chapter serfs quickly get out of your way as you march down the stairs into the chamber. In the center is a large hololithic display, currently depicting a truly colossal structure. Even the battle barge, the Stalwart Truth, looks minuscule by comparison. The details on the display are far from optimal as it flutters with static. First Captain Eunectes stands waiting for you, wearing his ornately crafted Terminator armor. Keeled scale patterns cover many of the plates, with fang-like adornments on the helmet maglocked to his hip. His copper-toned skin, his head is devoid of hair, and his piercing emerald green eyes harken back to the mighty serpents of Revicto. Multiple scars mark his face, each with a story that you all know very well. In fact, some of you were present when he received them. Otherwise, he is unadorned. He sees you and smiles with a warmth that seems almost unfitting for a transhuman killing machine. And he holds out a hand in a gesture of brotherly embrace.
I give him the snake fist before grasping his hand.
Yep, he gives you the snake fist in return, and he does for each of you. Again, smiling but maintaining himself with a posture befitting a first captain of the Adeptus Astartes.
Time approaches then. You've called us here to Strategium.
Yes. My analysis of the Midnight Tempest has yielded results. I have found an ideal ingress point from which we can establish a beachhead.
The captain begins. At this, the display zooms in, magnifying a very small region of the colossal space hulk, the Midnight Tempest. This is the object that emerged in system that you were that brought the First Coil here. Now, does someone want to make me a scholar check? I'll say DN, basically DN, it's going to be a DN1. And then any extra icons will basically be how much you know. First roll of the night. Don't fuck it up.
Do we just click Scholar?
Yeah, just click Scholar on your sheet. Okay, difficulty number 3. You got 4 successes. You can shift 1 into glory if you'd like.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, just, there we go.
Do I just click up the counter on my glory thing?
Yeah. Or you just, that's...
The counter went up.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, cool.
And
That's
so,
shared between... Right?
Yeah. Glory is a group resource that you'll use for things like seizing the initiative in combat. You can use it to kind of increase the potency of a roll. You can use it to add additional dice to your dice pool for a given roll. But, yeah. You will only ever be able to have a maximum of 6 in the pool, so if you already have full glory, you can't add more to that pool. So, yeah, you know what a Space Hulk is. As you would expect. You know that they are agglomerations of many vessels and even just debris in space, like asteroids and, even parts of space stations that have melded together in the immaterium over the course of thousands of years and occasionally just get vomited up like flotsam in real space. You also know that they are often home to some of the deadliest threats in the galaxy, and the environments aboard are often incredibly hostile to life. Hence why even regular Astartes are often not enough. It requires Terminator armor to withstand a lot of the conditions prevalent on many of these Space Hulks.
A Space Hulk, then.
Yes, brother.
Our ingress point.
A Mechanicus Power XL class ship, declared lost in the warp in the late 40th millennium.
He continues. He then pauses.
However, there is a problem. Its assimilation into the greater Hulk caused extensive damage to the ship's systems, and now the ship leaks massive amounts of electromagnetic interference. The intensity is sufficient to completely scramble auto-targeting of our boarding torpedoes, and the interference makes teleportation far too risky. This is where you come in. It seems
So we
he's...
can't.
Sorry, go ahead.
So we can't teleport in, which I'm assuming means we won't be able to teleport out either.
That is correct, Gravius. But at least not at the moment. We do have a plan. You will board this vessel using a boarding torpedo, which will require manual piloting at least once you get within a certain vicinity of the Hulk and of this particular ship. You will determine the cause or source of this interference within this ship, and find a solution to eliminate this interference or reduce it such that we can deploy additional forces to secure this zone for the chapter.
We'll need additional defensive barriers. Since we can't see what we're going into, we need to have a backup plan in place. In case we encounter extra hostiles.
If there's
to create a position to defend from.
Of course, you are allowed to take any equipment within reason, though do not take too much.
We're losing your voice.
That better?
Yes.
Yeah, repeat what you were last saying. You got quiet for a minute there.
You will find that we have enough forces to sufficiently reinforce the position as much as possible, but we do have to keep the team small because boarding torpedoes on manual piloting, that is why we have entrusted, this is part of why we have entrusted this mission to you three. Castania, you are well versed in the technology of the chapter, and you are by far the most qualified to be able to manually pilot such a boarding torpedo. Once you are within the Hulk and within this ship, you should be able to establish what the source of the interference is. As need be, we will have flight decks of Xiphon interceptors, but we cannot get any such ships too close to the Hulk because their systems will short out and it could cause unnecessary deaths among those in our chapter.
I agree.
He nods.
I turn to Copernicus. I see you are hardly out of being an initiate in the First Coil. To be chosen for this is a great honor. Keep your wits about you.
I'm honored to join you in this excursion into the unknown.
Yes. There, as you know, part of why this was considered priority was this Imperial transmission being emitted from deep within the Hulk, but we cannot get a clear reading or diagnostics on it from here.
You note that based on the scale of the hololithic projection, this Hulk is at least 100 kilometers, like at least in its longest dimension, and it's at no point is it less thick than 25 kilometers. So this is the size of a pretty large asteroid, for example. Like, this is bigger than, like, the biggest ships in the Imperium. So you would imagine, just due to the successive buildup of kind of barriers, that augury and auspex scanners would have trouble.
We have reason to believe that this signal is more recent than the 30th millennium where the ship comes from.
Well, we do not know. We don't know much about the ship, or even about this hulk. We know that the most recent ships, it appears to be going through an agglomeration, as you might expect from accretion, with the most recent vessels accumulated on the exterior. We do not know how old the transmission is, or what type of vessel it is coming from. But one of your primary first objectives will be, once you have secured this ability for us to actually secure a presence upon the Hulk, will be to set up an auspex booster so that we can actually map, first off, a way to get deeper into the Hulk, then the periphery, but also to potentially decipher what actually is going on with that transmission, determine its nature, determine its age. As we are not alone here. The Adeptus Mechanicus of Forge World Ionov 3 are quite interested in investigating the mysteries of this Space Hulk as well. Particularly, as you might imagine, the promise of archaeotech, or lost knowledge from the Dark Age even, holds great promise for those following the Cult Mechanicus.
Right. Then we will be the Fang, and we will strike true.
I know you will, Ravius. Castania, Copernicus. Don your armor, weapons, and equipment, and report to the launch bay as soon as you are ready. The Emperor protects.
The Emperor protects.
And he bows and does the...
He bows and does the kind of the serpent sign.
I pat Cassidy on the shoulder and turn and head back to my quarters for armoring up.
Okay, let's go through it one by one. How does this go? Who wants to go first?
I'm wondering. I guess I wouldn't have any equipment on me.
No.
Like, I guess, I don't know if I would, like, call ahead to, what was it, Camillus?
Yeah, Camillus.
Camillus, to, start preparing.
Yep. By the time you return, or you get to your, to the chapter, kind of, the armor outfitting area, Camille already has your plate ready and waiting for you. The kind of
there.
armature.
Yeah, everything is stood up kind of on a separate stand for the process, the order of operations.
Yeah.
As I walk in, a tech priest follows me in with a sensor that's full of smoke and swings it over and around all the different pieces, and is praying in binary under its breath to the machine spirits.
In the Omnissiah's name.
Then I stand on the plinth that I mentioned before and nod at Camelius, and the tech priest and Camelius start piecing together my armor, starting at the legs. And one of those little like flying servo skulls has to help with the higher pieces of armor, like the helmet and pauldron.
Yeah, exactly. And
once everything is locked and sealed in place, I pick up the thunder hammer and just kind of move my arms, adjust my grip, and nod at the priest and Camelius, and they stand back so that I can walk out.
Yep. And who's next?
I'll go next, I guess.
Okay.
Let's see, I approach and get on the platform, I guess, like as like in Fallout, the way the thing holds the power armor.
Yeah, exactly. And
so I climb in there with the assistance of one of my servants, and then I get all strapped in the armor put on, and then I'm gonna say I keep the Prozeus that I use, like, on display just in my room, so I grab that. And then I guess there could be like some kind of armory or something. And I step towards that, and more of these. You see a whole group of these servants, like a pit crew, come running over, and they strap the fuel tanks to the flamethrower under my back. And they do so very carefully, because it's like very volatile.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Green glowing fluid, because the flamethrower are emerald green.
Yeah, they some of them
lock
have
all the hoses in. And I say, pressurize. And they charge the weapon up.
Pressurization achieved. Promethium status efficiency 97.824%, within acceptable parameters.
And then the last thing I do is lower down the helmet that has the skull fragment of what's his name? Charbroilus attached to it.
And you march to the boarding torpedo bay. Last but not least,
Castanea will return to his quarters and sign to his chapter serf that he needs his armor part donned, but also signs, "Let's try and set a record, boys." Castanea will then squat down as you see several servitors come out and a few other chapter serfs. Much like an old F1 pit team, they don his armor incredibly quickly.
Yeah, this is like a they've been drilled on this.
They have been donning and doffing his armor on and off, writing down notes for what seems like decades. And this team has gotten so good that he is able to don his armor in about a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like... And they've even built, like... Over time, they've built, like, actual pieces of machinery to, like, support things in positions that normally wouldn't be possible, but it makes it that much faster. And...
Yep.
This is all happening for each of you at the same time, but... Yeah, go ahead.
And as Castaneda's armor is now fully donned, you see one of the servitors clicks a device and gives a thumbs up. They have achieved a new record. Everyone gets high fives.
New record achieved. 1.5432 seconds. Faster than previous record.
And we close in. All of you guys have been doing this kind of at the same time. Castaneda obviously is first, but we see this shot of each of you kind of sealing your helmet on, and we see as your kind of noble visages covered in battle scars are replaced by the glowing metallic green of the chapter. Now, outside the boarding torpedo, someone roll me a d10. Just /R 1d10. Boarding torpedo 5. By the time that Gravius and Walpernicus arrive, Castanea, you've been waiting there for probably 2 hours, if not more.
Yep. You just see Castanea is just fitzing and fussing over the boarding torpedo.
Cursing in battle sign.
Cursing. Just as Gravius and Walpernicus show up, he signs to come over to 5.
Yep.
Cursing at the servitors for failing maintenance on tubes 1 through 4.
Castanea's happy.
Confirming rituals logging. For 3 hours, 723 lashes.
As they kind of roll off on their treads. And yeah.
I turn to Walpernicus and say, as long as Castanea's cursing, everything's going to be okay. It's when he gets quiet, you have to worry.
With a kind of slap onto the appropriate button, the hatch of the boarding torpedo groans open. It's just barely big enough for each of you to step in.
Right inside the torpedo.
Yep, inside the boarding torpedo. I don't know if you guys ever played Space Hulk Deathwing, but you're basically like... You're literally...
They had to oil us up and pack us in with a plunger.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, you're literally, like, head to back in a straight line. Castanea, you are probably in front because you know that Once you get within a certain proximity of this ship, the servitor that is normally kind of responsible for the autopilot is going to short out. Unless you want someone else to try and take over. That's up to you.
Well, how much piloting does everyone have?
This will actually be a tech use. Or
Oh,
tech.
tech use? Nah. Not
Yeah.
Castaneda's got it.
Okay. So, you guys all get in, and you give the sign that you are ready to depart, so to speak. Upon entering the boarding torpedo, you've taken your position, stabilizing yourselves as you've done countless times before. Yet, this is your first experience with manual piloting. One of you must take a position near the piloting servitor, ready to take over and enable controls when you've reached close proximity to your destination. Now, there's a sudden explosive lurch forward as the boarding torpedo is sent hurtling through the vacuum of space, rapidly closing the distance between the Stalwart Truth and the Midnight Tempest. It's not long before the piloting servitor starts showing signs of failure. It's racked with seizures, sparking electric discharge from its various mechanical implants.
Alert. Red dick.
It drones, interrupted by bursts of static. What would you like to do?
Castaneda is going to wrench the servitor from the controls and step in.
Okay. Make a difficulty number 2 tech test.
Yeah. Push tech.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just DN2.
There we go.
Very nice. Do you want to shift that exalted into glory?
Yes.
And then there will be a piloting test, DN3, or there normally would be, but because you got 9 successes, I'm going to say that you are able to basically get it as close to autopiloting as you possibly could without actually having an autopilot. And so, the torpedo grinds to a halt. You hear you don't hear so much as you feel the mental lances at the prow activate as you kind of hit the hull of this Mechanicus Power XL ship. And just the torpedo grinds to a halt with a violent hiss as the prow hatch opens up, revealing the interior of the Power XL ship. It is extremely dark. Were it not for your enhanced vision, you would be completely blind. And even with your augmented senses, it is still difficult to navigate, though the occasional hazard light blinks on and off to briefly illuminate your surroundings. Now let me... Can you guys see anything? I'm guessing not.
A little bit on the left, so over here.
Okay, so place your characters.
I can see.
Okay.
There.
Oh.
They're placing twice.
Yep. I can delete one of them for you.
Okay.
There we go.
So is the interference isn't messing with our like sensors or anything, right? Just communication.
Just communication with the outside, at least for now. And you do note that your visual range is reduced compared to what it would normally be, at least from your helmet's kind of enhancers, so to speak.
Like a darkness that blankets this area.
Yes.
What about, like, is there any atmosphere?
There does appear to be some atmosphere, but it's very, very thin. Luckily, gravity, well, let me double check. Yeah, the grav plates are not working. Luckily, Terminator armor has inbuilt mag boots, so you are not affected by this lack of gravity. But yeah, the atmosphere is thin to the point where it might as well not exist. And artificial gravity is off.
Race atmosphere. No gravity appears. Life support's no longer functioning.
No gravity. Oh, it'll be easier to swing the hammer. Castanilla. How are readings?
Cassidy is just going to sign dark. Give me a second. I'm assuming that Castanea has some tools to survey their surroundings a little bit.
Yeah. You'll need to move around, like, to kind of get an idea further of your surroundings, but
I don't see Lieutenant Gravius. Is he not on?
Oh, he's there? Yeah, there he is.
Oh, there.
But, yeah.
I guess you're outside my visual range.
Yep.
So, yeah, if you keep, kind of just...
Alright.
Yeah.
Let's set out the barricade materials we brought. In case we have to return to this position and hold up.
Yeah, and then let me, make sure you guys...
trying to figure out how to pan this map.
Oh, yeah.
Should just be right click and drag.
Ah, there we go. Okay, and I can move with WASD.
Yep.
Castanea signs that he's going to scout around a tiny bit.
Okay. Yep, move ahead.
So I'm going to assist with the barricade.
Okay. And I'm not gonna make you roll for that. Like, that's kind of a simple enough job.
Yeah, we just brought some extra crates and things that we could set up a defensive position in case we get in a pickle.
Yeah.
Just
Now-
to set up at the entrance of the hole we made.
Yeah. Castanea, make me a DN4 tech test. Oh, nice. You got a glory, and then you can only shift one. You can only gain one glory per roll, so you could shift the other one to get potentially additional information, Or
I'll go with getting additional information.
yeah. So you find that these capacitors, these are glowing and sparking, and it's not like this is the source of the interference, but it's not just like, oh, you destroy the capacitors. It is that they've been damaged and are likely overcharged, which could be a secondary source of power that's no longer being modulated, or at least power distribution is not being... It's as if there's... Like, the other systems on the ship are not being powered, and so all of that power that would normally be distributed across those systems is now just all going to the capacitors. And you imagine if you figured out how to kind of restore power to the other systems, it would even things out to the point where you'd be able to fix the issue.
Yep. So with this information, Cassidy is going to report back.
Okay.
But he's going to relay too much juice. Need to restore power to rest of ship.
Confirm. All right, let's find our way out of here then.
And this is where you'll note the cool spatial soundscape feature of Foundry.
Yep, I just heard the buzzing.
Anything to indicate what part of the ship we're in?
You're in the... I don't know if I could really give it a proper name as a compartment, but it is the... you know that you are somewhat near the bridge, somewhere kind of a bit below the bridge, maybe like 10, 20 decks kind of further down. This is an area you would expect for a lot of like power type systems and like distribution like control to be.
So I have this right. We entered from an AdMech ship that's crashed into the Hulk, right?
Yeah, I mean, all of these ships kind of crash into the Hulk, but you have entered a recent kind of, like, probably one of the most recent ships that has been incorporated into the Space Hulk. Hence why it's
Gotcha.
On the outer surface.
Ends there.
Yep, all that was down south was an empty room.
What is this symbol here
This symbol
that I can click on?
Oh, it's a door. Yeah, so if you
Seems
click
to
on
be
it,
a door.
Yeah. And now you'll be able to move through it. Yeah, so the door kind of hisses. There's a little bit of kind of creaking as if power to that to kind of the subsystems powering these doors is
Lacking.
Yes, exactly.
You just see Casnia just jiggles the mechanism
Yeah, and
to get it to open.
Yeah, and it still protests, but not nearly as much.
Assume the door is like a manual release, probably.
Yeah, and also, a chain fist tends to make short work of
Yeah.
any sort of doors. Though you might note that if you destroy doors, it also means that anything in here with you would have an easier time moving around.
Yeah.
So,
Found another door, so Lieutenant, should I go through? Well, I peeked in anyway.
Yes, let's go.
yeah, so this just appears to be a series of narrow corridors leading out from the capacitor chamber. You see a few emergency lumens flickering on and off, and cables running the length of these corridors, some showing lingering remnants of power. This is fun.
Watching us. Oh, hey, there we go. There's a big room.
Doot clank, doot clank, doot clank.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
Which
this is
chamber?
another large, relatively open area, though this one is more dilapidated than the capacitor chamber. In the center is a large device used for taking records and archiving them within what should be a great many shelves throughout the room. However, whatever was here has long since toppled and degrading, leading to scattered piles of indiscernible knowledge.
Whatever knowledge was once stored here, no longer available. I would assume crashing into a space hulk would shake things up a little bit.
Yeah, though this appears to have been just the ravages of time. But also, definitely, like, when this thing impacted for whatever reason it did, it definitely would have thrown things through a loop.
It's like a reading nook back here or something.
Yeah, basically this would be an area where they might, where they would have CogiTATERS that kind of give a general display of, like, efficiency and all of that.
Yep.
Looks like it'd be a balcony.
Yeah, it would be an overlook.
There's a door to the north.
Yep, there is.
More of a
Yeah, there's a door to
corridor.
the,
Oh,
a door to the north, and then there's a corridor to the south, to the southeast.
Oh. It's up to our lieutenant where he wants to go.
follow me to the southeast first.
Yep, we will follow.
I'll take the lift. Stairwell.
Door here.
I opened it.
Okay. So, Castania, you enter a large room, and you can hear the hum of still operational power generators.
Destiny again.
At the far side of the room, you see sets of stairs leading to a sort of overlook.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see my dot.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
I'm
I'm going to assume
Yeah, I think the dots are tracking our mouses.
Yeah. Yeah, they're tracking your mice.
Okay. In this room, does there look like there's any way to interface with the power generators?
If you go to the to that area, the area you saw on the kind of far right, yeah, up there, right there, where my cursor is, right here. You see, at the center of this small overlook, there's a cogitator that you can either make me a DN3 Tech or a DN4 Scholar test. Okay, you got that is a very, very good roll. Do you want to shift one of those into glory?
I will do that.
Yeah, and then you can kind of shift another one to get more information as well.
Yep, I will also do that.
Okay, so you will see that the power conduits, like the actual cables to other subsystems, are damaged, and the only operational conduits are leading, at least fully operational, as in like 100% power, are the ones going to the capacitors. And you note specifically, based on power levels, this is from your shift, that if you were to restore the conduits and find the kind of controls for power distribution to life support, internal systems, and grav plating, that would balance power out and eliminate the kind of extreme electromagnetic discharge that's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
How do we go about doing that?
Well, that's something you'll have to explore and find out.
Follow the cables.
Yeah, and yeah, you can see that. I'm gonna say also from your shift that you get an idea of the layout of this region, and that you would want to go first, kind of, at least this map-wise, kind of north. And then, like, maybe a little west, and then north again. To get to main maintenance. Yep, so you've just passed through the factory. It's filled with heavy industrial equipment. Various raw components for building data storage units and power generators lie scattered, but the machine's long since shut down. Though, if someone wants to make me an awareness...
I'll do it. I get up there. Awareness.
Yep, it's right underneath athletics.
Yeah.
And I'm
Any
just...
DN or...
DN3.
Okay. Ancient machines.
Yes, you see servitors, some servo skulls, and other automata that appear just like... Some appear to be frozen. Just like... And not like temperature-wise, just like... Almost like statues. While others...
Like blue screen of death.
Yeah, something like that. While others, you note, are merged into the hull. Like,
That's peculiar.
Yeah. Does anybody have Psychic Mastery as a skill?
Some of these servitors appear to the wall. I've never seen
Yeah,
anything like this before.
yeah, this is not like kind of normal where it would be like part of a kind of wired in as part of a system. But you've seen weirder.
Well,
Now,
It could have caused that. And it,
yeah, Castania, your kind of readings are telling you to go up and then to the left and then take your first right. And then take another right. And then go left. And there you go. You found main maintenance. You see multiple access panels that can be used to access the various inner workings of the ship, as well as areas where smaller equipment could be taken for repairs and blessings. Now, a DN3 Scholar or Tech Test will be able to repair. You'll be able to repair the systems. Yep. Do you want to shift one of those to glory?
I mean, we're now at full glory.
Yep. So you are able to repair the conduits to the grav plating, internal systems, and life support. You'll still need to turn those back on, but it means that like
oh, there you are.
it will actually allow you to do so. So you know that the control chamber for life support and internal systems are both nearby. Like, you would probably go for life support. You would go to liquid node control, which is yeah, you're going the right way, and then you'll take the first left. It's funny kind of talking about it like it's like I'm giving you directions to so yeah, here you find the controls that basically it will now, where previously it would have read power conduits disabled, life support disabled, it says life support disabled, but there is an enable option that is actually available in highlighted green.
Castania is going to push the button.
Yeah, there's kind of a sudden shuddering as the ship's ventilation ducts that have long since been dormant, carbon scrubbers, and the like, whir into motion. And it's like a silence has suddenly been broken. The ship is breathing. Now, you have location data. Like, you have you're able to see on your kind of visor where everyone is. You note that your brother Wapernicus is very close to the internal control, to where you would restore power to the internal systems of the ship. So yeah, if you continue down and then to your right. So yeah, down, and then, yep. And then you will take your first right.
To this door?
Yep.
I didn't even see that there was a door there.
Yep. So this room has multiple CogiTATERs and other equipment responsible for controlling various aspects of the ship. From here, you note power can be diverted to the internal systems, which include the bridge lift. So the lift that would take you up to the bridge. And it does have power. It says power to internal systems currently offline.
We can't turn on the lift yet.
The lift is part of those internal systems.
So we can turn power back on.
Yeah, once you turn power back on, the lift controls will be, or the lift will have power again.
Okay. Were those power controls here? Or...
Yeah, they're in this room. Yeah.
So, Gatsby is gonna go and turn the power back on.
Okay, you feel the ship again breathe almost like a sigh of relief as life comes back to some of the systems. You're seeing lighting actually starts to pop up. It's not well lit. A lot of the lights are just dead, but it's definitely a bit easier to see, at least to a degree. And let me... Now you know that grav plating control would be on the bridge. And
Where's the bridge elevator anyway?
In the control room that we were in.
Yeah, that's where you control power, but you note that it would have been to the north and slightly to the east of the Phosphex generator chamber.
Oh. One moment, I've got to take my dogs out.
Oh yeah, no worries.
I'm just gonna go back to the generator. Oh, it's not gonna let me just jump there.
I can move you there.
All right.
Or actually, you'll have to decide on your route back. I won't tell you why.
I'll be back in a minute.
Yep. Take your time. Hope you guys are enjoying this so far.
Yeah.
I know there's not been a lot of action yet, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a sense of isolation.
Yeah, the movement's very stilty because everything's dark. The corridors are very narrow.
Feels like Space Hulk, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And this ship does have a story of its own, as they all do. And that's part of what's been so fun of creating this, is deciding a story for each vessel that you'll slowly find clues towards as you explore. Now, I will be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom. We resume when Fico gets back.
All right. Reminded me a lot of the Chariot of the Gods alien one shot we did. I think you were there for that one.
Yeah, Chariot of the Gods. I'm trying to remember which one that was. I remember the name.
We all blew up at the end because we couldn't get far enough away from the ship detonating, I think. And I ended up being a secret android.
He's a synth.
Actually wasn't an evil one. Well, evil if you're Wayland Yutani, I guess. My whole shtick was I was like an android from another company that was trying to steal from Wayland or sabotage them.
Okay. I am back. I'm glad that everybody's enjoying it so far.
I'm just saying it's reminded me a lot of the Chariot of the Gods alien one-shot story we did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, this one's,
Just in terms of, getting on a derelict ship and having to restore all the systems and everything.
Oh, yeah, yeah, and, yeah, there's more going on here than meets the eye, maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe it's all just, a boring dead-ass ship.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I can't drag you there because you'll have to decide your route back because, well, you'll see. You'll see. So yeah, just,
Alright. Go back through the factory. Back to the way of the game.
Yep, go ahead. Just,
The only thing I don't like about the movement on this is we have to go all the way around corners. Like I can't just jump ahead.
okay.
Yeah.
Now stop, stop there. Internal systems have been powered back on. Which, you hear a sudden as if something
not the
has
bees.
detected you. And, we are gonna do a little bit of,
Combat.
a cheeky little bit of combat. As something from the ceiling comes to life. And because it got the drop on you, it's going first.
Down a bit so we can get more of us in here.
Ooh. Let's see. The DN of that was, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna shift, Castania. 19 damage at AP -1. So, let's see. Do you want to roll determination against this one?
Sure.
Okay, so I will click apply damage. And you will get to... do you get the apply damage button on here? Oh, sorry about that. Just roll 6d6.
Oh, I can click determination.
Okay, yeah,
Test.
just click determination, and then we'll see how many of...
Dice
what-
pool is 6.
Yep. Yep, so...
Any wounds? No.
It'll...
No.
You're basically seeing how many of those wounds you can convert to shock, because Okay, so then, yeah, you convert all of that to shock, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it had 19 damage at AP -1, so... Actually, you take 1 damage. 1 damage and 5 shock. As this autocannon turret from the ceiling just kind of comes down and just... peppers your armor and manages to score a nice shot. Now, which of you guys wants to go first?
You know what? Castanea is gonna go first. Because it just shot him.
Okay.
Castanea is going to return fire with the assault cannon.
Okay. Do you want to move, or...
Well, actually, I can't see.
Okay. If you move up, you'll be able to see it.
Ah, okay, there it is.
Yeah, so you won't be able to aim because you moved, but yeah, go ahead and you'll click the target.
Yep, got it.
And then target, and then just roll with your assault cannon. Okay, and you'll be able to shift 3 of those dice if you click on them, and then right click. It'll give you the option to shift those into damage.
Yes, there we go.
Perfect.
And I think I can click apply damage.
It had you targeted for some reason. Let me Yep, so that is 15 damage at AP -1. So yeah, because if you click apply damage, it automatically applies it to you. So
okay.
Yeah, let me double check the stats on this. 12. Okay, you did 15 damage, AP -1, so that's resilience of 11, -1, 10. It takes 5 damage.
Alright.
Okay, and who wants to go next?
Where is this item?
You're gonna have to move up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Let's see.
I'm spinning my mouse around it.
Yeah, it's in the corner.
My movements.
Your movement is, I mean, it's not going to matter much for this, so, because, like, the scale of this map is huge. Because, you know, ships in 40k are huge. But I would say you'd be able to get up to right around where Castanea is, as, like, your full... That's going to be, like, your full turn.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so move it. Go ahead and move up.
Alright, yeah, so basically I'm just running up.
Yep, and then last but not least, Walpurnicus. You're not going to be able to get in range, but you can move up to where the rest are if you just kind of drag your token.
So I think I barely entered the...
Yeah.
Got to the corner when it started firing.
Yeah.
So what's my... Sorry.
Don't worry too much about your movement characteristic right now, because this is a large-scale map and you're fighting against a turret. Yeah, so...
We'll just move up to join the crew.
Okay, yep, there you go. Okay, and we go to next round. Who wants to go first?
I'll try and run up and smash it if I can get there.
Okay, yeah. Move up. And then, yeah, target it, and then you'll do an attack with your Thunderhammer.
Like this.
Yep, and then you'll get a charge bonus. There'll be a box that says, like a tick box that says, like, charge. Check that off, and then roll your attack.
Alright, do it from my... combat, right?
Yep, combat.
Just click my thunder
Yep.
hammer.
Yep, click your Thunderhammer, and a little dialogue window will pop up.
Alright, and I'm charging.
Yep, so, yep, take that off.
Alright. Roll.
Okay, so roll your critical hit. Because you got a Wrath critical.
Oh, nice. Okay. Roll crit.
Okay. Grizzly amputation. I'm gonna say that that means that you managed to smack this thing so hard that, like, the barrel of the actual cannon is utterly destroyed. And
It's like in Looney Tunes when they plug the end of the barrel and
yeah,
blows apart
exactly.
the
It just yeah, it splits open like a flower. And do you want to shift all of those other? Because you can shift those 3 other ones into extra damage. So if you click on all 3 of those and then right-click and do plus damage, then you can roll damage.
Alright, I click on the 3 red ones.
Yeah. 3 red ones are exalted, and then you can shift those to damage.
Oh, shift to damage. There we go.
Yep, and then roll
roll
damage. Yep.
Roll. 27 AP minus 3. Do I hit apply?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, whoops. Why do I have you selected? That's weird.
I don't know.
But yeah, it should. This thing is dead completely. It blows up.
Okay, I think I was at 1 wound.
Yeah, you had
and
1
5
wound.
shock.
Yeah, 1 wound and 5 shock. So yeah, you destroy the turret, but yeah, you're not, like, you know, super badly hurt, but you definitely are. You definitely felt it, like.
You're just seeing Castaneda just wiping off the bits that he got shot at and just start cursing slightly.
Yeah, and now's a perfect opportunity to explain how the Medicae skill works. Let me pull it up. Attributes, skills, Medicae. So, if you have a Medicae, if you can make at any time a difficulty number 3 Medicae test to restore a single wound to a character, and then for every shifted exalted icon, you can restore an additional wound. And then if you have, like, a medikit or similar device, you can also make a Medicae test to restore shock equal to your rank plus 1. But shock naturally, shock heals much more quickly. That's why you convert wounds to shock.
Let's see. Anyone have a Medicaid better than 6?
I don't. Oh yeah, mine's 8 actually.
If you wouldn't mind, what for
I guess. I'll patch you up, Castaneda.
Yep, so roll Medicae, DN 3.
Looks like these ancient machines still have their bite.
Okay, so you're at full glory, so you can't shift any of those to glory, but you restore 1 wound, and you no longer have the wounded condition. So you still have 5 shock, but you can remove that wound. So yeah, you're no longer wounded.
Nice.
Well, the power works.
Cassidy is gonna pat Wapernicus on the shoulder as a gesture of thanks.
Yep.
Anything in the service of a brother.
Okay, and yep, if you take a left,
Right.
no, sorry,
have an
if
idea.
you go up, Castania, yeah, there.
Yeah.
If you go up, yep, and then take a right, or not right, just keep going that way. You might see,
Is
yeah.
it this dot
Yep. Oh, let's see.
or tube?
Yeah,
Circle.
it's a lift.
Yes.
Are you guys
Am I
going that
standing
way?
on top of it?
Gravius?
Go the wrong way.
I'm taking the wrong turn.
Lost Fred and Daphne.
Yep, so Castania, you're waiting for them when
Yep.
you hear... Allow me to... Actually, you would have to move up a little first, because of the scale of this map. But I assume... Yeah, both of you can move up, like, probably 2 or 3 squares, yeah. Yeah, like right about there. And then, Wapernicus, you can also move up, that far. Yeah, so... This one, let me make sure I've got the right one selected, and target you, and... Oh, whoops, that's why. It's, It's not gonna be able to aim.
These more
Turret.
sentry turrets.
Oh, let's see what the complication is. Blinded. I'm gonna say that means that the targeting is scrambled on this turret for the next time it attacks. But it does get to shift 1 into damage, and then it will roll damage. That seems excessive for damage. I think it's okay, yeah, so it should be... Let's see. Yeah, because it's... Let's see. +2, +2, +2, +1, +1. Okay, because that's 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it rolled really well. So... I'm going to roll applied damage. And then, do you want to try and dodge the area of effect for this missile?
Who's it shooting at me?
It's shooting at Gravius.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess we'll try to dodge.
Okay. Okay, and then, determination, I'm imagining you want to roll to avoid, the 25 damage at AP -2.
So what do I roll for that?
I'm actually rolling it for you because I'm applying the damage on my side, so...
Okay.
Yeah. You'll be taking, at most, 2 wounds, so you just need to convert 2 wounds to shock. Which is absolutely f***ing insane. This is like something that would insta-kill, you know, anybody below tier 3 at best, so... Yeah, you just take 2 shock.
2 shot. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Sorry.
And, then which of you 2 wants to go next? Or I could be really mean and spend a ruin to seize the initiative with the other turret.
Let's say I go first.
Okay, and then I'm gonna add.
Yeah, basically, like, I'm running up, and this missile's coming out, and I just tank it with my storm shield.
Yeah, yeah. You get that like recoil feeling, cause, you know.
Yeah, the impact, the force of the impact, like, knocks me back a little bit, and
Yeah, like
and
you feel that
allows
vibrating in your arm.
Copernicus to go first.
Yeah. So, Copernicus, how do you want to go about this?
I'm gonna try to melt the turret.
Which one?
The one that is not blinded,
Okay, so that would be the top one.
I guess. Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and yeah, target, yeah, click it as a target and then roll with your weapon.
How do I do this?
Oh yeah, let me, so, you've got yourself clicked on, right?
Yes.
Then click on the top right, or top left, you'll see a thing right underneath that little square, like bracket thing. It'll be select targets. Then once you've got that clicked, you'll click on the turret.
I see now.
Yep.
So it should be.
Yeah, and then you'll go to combat and click, the weapon that you're using.
On my character sheet.
Yeah, you can just do that, because, like, you've got yourself selected, it'll be... Because you should see, like, your character's name, like, right, kind of immediately to the right of, like, the kind of bar, like, kind of the taskbar, so to speak. You'll see stats, combat, talents, gears, conditions, utility. And then if you go to combat, it'll give you your weapons. You see it?
I'm trying to. Where do I see this?
Let me... So, if you go to, if you want, you can look at the stream. And you'll see it for the turret. So, you select your token, and then you do the select target. So, if you look at my stream, you can see where, like, your profile is. And then, like, for example, if I'm targeting you with this turret, I do this.
Oh, there we go. That.
Yeah, so you should see, like, a little,
Heavy flamer.
Yep, and then...
Just giving me the stats on it, not.
What is it saying?
It's just showing me, like.
Is it pulling up a
Trying to figure
dialog
out where to
window?
roll it.
Oh. You just click on Heavy Flamer.
Yeah, I'm doing that. It's not working.
Okay. I can check on my end and make sure it's working and see if it's working. Let's see. Oh, out of range, that's why. You have to move up.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you look at the weapon in your character sheet, it'll tell you what the range is, or rather in your combat. So, like, yours, it's 4, 8, and 12, so you have to get within 12 meters to be within long range. So if you move up, like, another
I'm going
square...
to step forward.
Yep, you can step up another square as well. So, like, I'd say, yeah, step up, like, one more square till you're basically right up next to it because of the scale of this map. Like, right about here. And now you should be able to do it. And don't worry, not all
there's
the
something-
maps are this crazy.
I don't know.
It's just not letting me scroll down enough.
Huh.
Like it's cut off. I don't know what to say. It says the last thing I can see is roll mode, public roll.
Okay,
And below that, nothing.
okay, because it's showing it just fine on my end. I can roll it for you, just this once, if that's okay.
Yeah, I'm just not able to. There's no button for me to roll anything.
That's weird. But yeah, so now that that's up, you should be able to see the roll damage, at least.
Yeah, because that's on the character sheet, right?
It's in the dialogue right now, in the dialogue window right now.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, all these rolls are private. I can't.
All of your rolls are private.
All of my
Chris,
rolls?
If you go back to, if you go back to the
Oh,
character
let
sheet.
me reveal to everybody. There we go.
Yeah,
Now you can see it.
but
Yeah, so, yeah, now you should be able to see, if you want to roll you can click the roll damage window, at least you should be able to.
I'm clicking it and it's not doing anything.
Okay,
But there it goes.
yep. Apply damage.
Dodge area of effect.
Okay, it takes a whole bunch of damage. Then, I guess, it's gonna be Gravius.
Why is it asking me to dodge area of effect?
Oh, that's because you had yourself targeted. So, the target of the attack is the one who does the like once it's targeted, or applying damage. I will do that. I will be doing the application of damage. So, yeah. Anyways, so Gravius, it is your turn.
So did I melt the turret or is it still?
It's still just barely hanging on, but a good whack or two will finish it off. Now, Gravius, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Gravius is gonna run up to the other turret and whack it.
Okay, yeah, move up and yep, and just yeah, same thing.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not able to target it.
Might be these turrets that are bugged, but what we'll do is we'll end combat here, because you guys are going to destroy these turrets anyways. Like,
wait.
and so yeah, now you have a fun story to tell. As Castanea, you heard the sound of like coming from above, coming from kind of that direction.
You're walking down the hall and you just felt the floor shake.
Yeah.
Cassidy has just been standing at the lift.
Yep. Kind of stamping his boot like...
Oh, no. I have something for that when you guys show up.
Okay. And you just heard, like... Yep, and then...
Oh, there you are.
You look up, Castania has a small device where he is playing Snake. He looks up and signs trouble.
Not any trouble at all. A few more
We
turrets.
just stop for a snack at the vending machines.
Now,
How'd you even find this corridor? This place is a maze.
Now, this is a wide industrial scale lift, and as you kind of punch it, it shrieks with the sound of metal on metal as it ascends up to the bridge of the ship. Now, can you guys see anything, or...
No.
Okay, let me, place you then.
There we go.
And then,
Stuff.
Gravius. Yep, now you guys are all, should be able to see. And, yeah, you're on the bridge. You see more of those, like, kind of frozen servitors, and, like, kind of servo skulls, like, just on the ground when they would normally be hovering.
But there's two Copernicus.
Okay, which one are you, moving with?
I'm on the red carpet on the bridge.
Okay,
So.
yep. So, yeah, this is kind of what you'd be familiar with for a, for the bridge of a large vessel.
Yep. Well, I don't think the conference room would have it.
No, it's just a large round table with a hololithic screen on its surface.
Would the crew stations have...
The crew stations, no, those are basically, just like, those would be just general systems, but you would imagine it would be, towards the aft, side of the bridge. So, like, basically think of this as, not the aft side, the aft side, would be on the left in this map.
Ah.
A shame for the Imperium to lose such a vessel.
I found the strategium.
Oh, yeah.
I came back to the system controls.
Yeah, so here you find various ship system controls. There's a set of indicators for the grav plating and the control center for security. The grav plates, you don't need to do a test. You can just repair a few loose wires and cables. Now, if you want to make me a tech test, you can do, you can potentially disable the internal ships, the internal defenses, i.e. the turrets.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay, roll me. You are unable to.
Is there any way I can spend some glory?
Yeah, you can either spend glory or use a wrath point to,
I'm gonna spend some glory.
Okay,
So
how
we have
many?
six.
Yeah, how many do you
Two.
want to spend? Okay, yeah, so, and then just, roll 2d6. And all you need is a single 4+. Okay, let's see. Unfortunately not.
Ah.
Do you want to spend more glory?
I will spend one more.
Okay. Nope.
Really,
I mean, to be fair, you've been rolling hot this entire session.
Yeah.
All of you. So, it was about time for your luck to run out. But...
Do we have a Wrath?
Oh yeah, you start the game with 2. Except for Walpurnicus, who starts with 3 because he took a, talent.
Hmm.
So, yeah, you can use a Wrath to reroll.
I
Yep, just right-click on
Caspian
the...
is going to be very upset and spend a Wrath to reroll.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah,
He's like,
just...
okay, I can fix it. I can really fix it. I can fix it. God damn it.
Yep, just
At
note
this point,
that...
he's just punching the keyboard.
Note that there is the risk of potentially having a complication if you didn't get an icon already on the Wrath die, because you're re-rolling the Wrath die. Not saying you shouldn't, I'm just, that's just something to be aware of.
Okay,
And-
so how does one reroll?
Just right-click on the test, and you'll see rerolled failed, and it's -1 Wrath/Ruin. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can shift all...
Caspian is just going to punch.
Yeah, just punch it.
Just punches it, and it just starts working.
Yeah, it just... But it does make a lot of noise. Anyways.
I come over to the Vox. Castanea, you alright over there?
Yeah, and I will say with all of those extra successes, first off, you can shift one to, instead of disabling the internal security, you can add yourselves and anyone with Emerald Serpents, basically mechanically anyone with the Emerald Serpents keyword,
Yep.
to be recognized as friendly, so that this defense turrets will not fire upon you.
Oh, I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, noted. Now, you also note that records. You see that there is potentially power has been restored to an archivist servitor in the records chamber, and now the EM interference is eliminated.
Sorry, I need to look at something real quick.
Yep.
Are there any internal sensors on the ship that are functioning? Like, can we see if there's anyone else on the ship with us?
Yeah, you can look.
Do I need to roll for that, or?
Nah, I'm gonna say that you can, you see that there are, like, signatures, like, that have kind of come about as the kind of power distribution has kind of come back and the EM interference is no longer, interfering. Because you can also hear it around you, like, some of those servitors and automata that were frozen, like statues, are kind of slowly coming to life, and you can see them start to go about the kind of, like, the monotask servitors go back to whatever it was they were last assigned to do. And it's like a new breath of life has been breathed into this area.
I just meant, is there anything gonna detect, like, if there's any Xenos on this ship?
It cannot. You see things... Actually, make me an awareness test. DN9.
I would think the security systems would start engaging.
Oh yeah, yeah. You definitely don't see anything out like that is like kind of prowling around in the in like, you know, the decks that you were just in, or like any of the open areas.
But yeah, it's all I was wondering if the sensors just showed that there's
Yeah, none of the sensors.
any other
none of the
life
sensors
aboard.
appear. Yeah, none of the sensors appear to be showing anything.
Hold on 1 second, I'm gonna test something.
Yep, go ahead.
No. Seem to do that. That's alright, I gotta look more into it.
Okay. I was telling the others that now that you've got the interference taken care of, those kind of frozen, blue-screened like servitors and automata have started to kind of come back to life and are resuming their, presumably their kind of mono tasks and the like. And you heard a sound as the life was kind of, or the power, as the power was restored. You heard this sound. Coming from, it's hard to say, but yeah, you note that the archivist servitor in records has come back online. You note that there was an alert pinged to the navigator's chamber. In the past of this ship, not like, you know, recently, but yeah. What do you want to do?
You said we couldn't. Arms are restored, no?
Yes. Which reminds me, you start to get a you get an incoming communique from the Stalwart Truth.
Juan Gravius, report in. Can you hear me?
Reporting. Copy.
We register that the EM interference has been eliminated.
Seems we were able to restore most systems on the ship and eliminate the interference.
Good. Now, a small fleet of Xenos vessels have appeared nearby, and they appear to be potentially Drukari vessels. We have to immediately move and engage this threat, lest it potentially cause problems for the rest of our continued operations in the system. You will be on your own for a while, but we will be back as soon as we've taken care of these vile Xenos vermin. Continue your standing orders to continue exploring the Hulk and its mysteries. Determine what has happened to these ships, if there's anything in common, and we will return, and then we will evaluate the situation from there.
Affirmative. There are unexplained noises once we enable the power. We will investigate.
Yes, and may the Emperor be with you and protect.
As to you.
Ave Imperator, and the connection cuts. Actually, is the microphone off? Yes. Have the bath prepared. Yes, the lavender soaps. Oh, by the Emperor, just... What? It's still on? Damn it!
And then the feed cuts.
Yes, well, we all need to bathe, don't we?
But yeah, you note that the ship is moving out of comms range. So that, it's not like he was lying to you. That was just an inside joke.
Perhaps if we survive this encounter, we could all bathe together.
There it is. So what do you guys want to do? You still don't know what the hell's happening with this ship.
All right. I think there are more corridors that could be explored here. Perhaps we can see what became of anything that was on the ship at the time.
We.
You just slide. The
No,
floor
no.
is just lubricated.
You literally just see Castanea just moonwalks.
Add that as a talent to your character sheet. It costs 30 XP. No, I'm kidding. So, yeah, you can basically just move yourselves around until you find something that you think is interesting. There are servitors and kind of other automata. There are servo skulls and even some cherubs kind of floating to and fro now. So what do you want to do? Do you want to open the doors?
Yeah, why not?
Yep. You have found the Adeptus Mechanicus equivalent of a bathroom.
There's just 3 shells in there.
Yep. 3 shells and a whole bunch of machine oil.
Oh god. Was this a bedroom?
Yep.
Is this any quarters of significance? Is there anything in here?
No, you find some information talking about something related to a navigator, but it's too tattered to really say. You did get hints that that records, like ship records and the archivist servitor are now back online. And you also note that there was a spiral stairway immediately behind you when you got up to the bridge, and any of you would know that would take you up to the navigator dome.
Let's go up then.
Okay, so you ascend the
Learn
stairs.
more about the history of this vessel.
Yeah, so you walk up the spiral set of stairs, and the navigator's chamber is behind a reinforced door that you can either break through or, with a DN4 tech test, manage to open.
See if you hit this door.
I'm gonna laugh if this is another fail, or if this is a complication.
Sense that the doors on the bridge would be very secure.
Yeah, especially the door to the navigator's chamber. Is Castanea in the house?
Oh.
You can either break through this door, which with a chain fist, power fist, thunderhammer, any of that stuff will break through it, or you can open it with a DN4 tech test.
Oh, yeah. Castanea will look at it.
Okay, you complicate. Don't worry, you don't have to roll it. It's a bit noisy. So, you manage to open the door, but it's just like the gears and servos in the door are just like kind of caked with dust and grime, and it's just like this loud grinding sound that just like reverberates through the bridge. And upon entering, you note that the shutters are still open, as if nobody had been in here. Like, as if this ship had not, like, basically, as if the collision of this ship with the Midnight Tempest must have occurred while this ship was in the warp. And you find the body, or not so much the body as the bones of what could only be the ship's navigator. You know the mutants, they have those spindly limbs, those weirdly proportioned digits. Sometimes they have 6 or 7 fingers, and just an oddly shaped head with, you know, that center orbital in their forehead. And this body is lying supine. And, you note that there is something lodged in what would have been the tracheal region. Someone can make me a difficulty number 2 scholar test.
Let's see. Do I edit the DN when I roll this?
Yeah, the DN2.
Okay.
Yep. You identify this object, you kind of pick it up in an armored hand, and it takes so much control to not, like, break it, because it's so small. It appears to be the bone from the forelimb of, like, an avian creature, which often part of a delicacy prepared by mortals.
Fried chicken.
Something
Perhaps.
from an animal. Almost as though she choked on it.
And you note that there is a, having seen that now, you note that there is a, like a silver platter, like, on the ground nearby, with similar bones kind of scattered around it. You also note the presence of, like, human teeth bite marks on the bone that you found lodged in the tracheal region. Some of the bones appear to have been in, like, a bucket of some sort. But that is what you find in the navigator's chamber. You note that official records list that this ship was lost in the warp in the year 590 of the 41st millennium, M41. But the cause of the disappearance was unknown. It was considered potentially due to a warp storm.
Is there anything else of note up here?
No, just the avian forelimb pieces and the bone lodged in the kind of tracheal region of the navigator.
This is the bucket of a fibrous organic material.
Yes, interestingly enough. It started to tatter and fray with time.
All right. Nothing else to see here. Let's go back down.
Yep. And I'll just straight up tell you that where records are, or I'll just move you there. Oh. Yeah, just to... Oh. There. Yep. And... Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit finicky, but yeah, there you go.
I found the records.
As if a divine force carried me. No, so...
The voice of the Emperor guided me.
Yeah, so in here you see an archivist servitor. It's moving with an uncanny, almost kind of glitchy gait. Now, someone is going to need to make me a DN5 tech test.
Well,
I can't fit through that door for some reason.
Well, that's...
yeah, the Terminator armor's kind of fat.
Yeah. Let me see if I can just...
I think I got it.
Okay, yeah, you got it. I'm gonna say for that reason, you're not gonna have to make any more tech tests for the rest of this session. But, yeah, Copernicus...
Can I move some of those into glory?
Yeah, you can only shift one per roll, unfortunately. But
I'm shifting one.
yeah, so... Yeah, you managed to interface, but you also note that, the time in the warp has not been kind to these machines. And there's not just normal code in there. A lot of it is, destroyed due to, like, repeated and prolonged exposure to EM, but there's something else there. Make me a... let's see, which one is it? Conviction. Or a corruption, rather. DN2.
Where is that? Ah, there you go.
Yep. Okay. You identify the fact that there's some scrap code has made it in there. But you're able to pull it out, and with that many successes, with that kind of a hot roll, you're able to... But you definitely note that, like, it's kind of the, as you gaze into the abyss gazes back kind of thing. Like, there might be some, you might need to do kind of a full system purge, so to speak, for all of you when you get a chance to kind of, like, do a rest. But the servitor begins to speak as you access it.
Last archive entry, 884-589-M41. New entry, error. Time calibration failed. Please manually input current date.
Oh, you're cutting out again.
Yeah, the voice broke up.
Last archive entry 884589 M41. New entry. Error. Time calibration failed.
Keeps getting garbled up.
Please manually input current date.
Castanea will jot it.
So, you get the information that the ship was under the command of Magos Executor Filial Arcane 94/8 Themis, and under the navigation of Vera Brobantis. During, there was an incident with the Navigator, apparently. The Navigator was found dead, but only after they noted the stench of rotting meat coming from the Navigator's dome, which isn't all that unusual, because with the Navigator's dome being completely, like, with the visor being open to the warp during Immaterium travel, you don't exactly want to be accessing that area. But you note that the records have the cause of death as asphyxiation from foreign object located in trachea. And the ship never translated back from the warp, but it did register an impact with a foreign object that caused a loss of about 20% of the crew. And that's the information you get at the surface level. Just from, like, you might be able to ask it questions if you want to know any more about any specific aspect.
Where are the known breaches in the hull?
Known breaches. Aft crew quarters. Error data expunged.
So you get, appears there was one in the aft, kind of, like, flight decks or crew quarters kind of area, and then an error data expunged.
Well, there's surely more breaches than that, but start looking there. What other information that we need for this thing?
You note that there was something called a Code 4 Alpha 12 Gamma event.
Decode that.
Error. Data expunged. But, you might know that, something of that level of event would have to do with, something to do with the higher up crew, possibly even the commanding officer or captain, so to speak, of the ship.
Well, they lost a navigator mid-travel. There's no telling what might have happened to them.
Yep. So, you would, Cassidy, you would know that a navigator issue or death would be under a different, that would be Sigma Kappa.
What if the
Alpha.
navigator's death wasn't an accident?
Some kind of heretic trying to plunge their own ship into the warp.
Well, I just thought about this. You said there was a tooth lodged in the bone, right? That's lodged in their throat.
There were tooth marks, as if
Oh.
it was something that they had swallowed by accident. Like you know how like when you're like eating bone-in wings and you know like you'll leave like little tooth marks.
Chomping on the bone.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, never mind then. To me, it sounded in my head like there was a tooth, like,
Lodged in the...
stuck in it, like someone, like, choked them to death with the chicken wing and they were trying to defend themselves.
I mean, it's possible.
But no, I get it.
I mean, I kind of like that idea. But... yeah.
I mean, we don't know at this point. All options are on the table.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, Castaneda, you would get the idea that Alpha would probably refer to the highest ranking officer on, or like the highest ranking member of the crew. Gamma would be a crew response. So, it was an event logging a crew response to an action of the highest ranking kind of commander or whatever on this vessel.
Castanea will relay that information.
It's just more quarters that I'm looking at.
Yep.
Where can we find commanding officers' chambers?
The captain's quarters. Magos executor quarters. Magos executor Felial Arcane 94/8 Themis.
Excellent. Move that way.
Yep, so
Stuck in a hallway again.
let me...
Oh, that was all one big room, okay.
Yep. So, you notice there is a servo skull that Castanea you would recognize as a courier skull, which are responsible for archiving, recording, like information like pick capture, that sort of thing. So,
I will check out this servo skull.
it has several recordings of import. One shows the navigator's quarters with a specific filter to kind of get rid of any warp, kind of basically like think of it as like something that like takes just like a camera filter but it's kind of filtering out warp. And you see this navigator, this tall, lithe figure, and this silver platter of avian bone-in wings. And you watch as this navigator is like kind of slurping the meat up off the bones and like tossing the bones into a bucket, just like fingers dripping with like some sort of sauce. And then suddenly, as she's eating one, she clutches at her throat and starts kind of punching her chest repeatedly. And she kind of collapses and rolls over onto her back, and you see the life leave her eyes. You then see a moment of emergency lumens
Revolting
flashing.
to watch.
Yeah, truly the most gruesome death we've ever experienced in any RPG. But emergency lumens flashing, and the entire camera just, like, shakes as if there's been an earthquake, and you see, like, scores upon scores of, like, Scutarii and, like, tech adepts get thrown into, like, bulkheads and just wrapped around, like, piping, and just, like, this must have recorded the moment of impact with the Space Hulk. And then you get a time skip, like, and you see a bulkhead being closed while emergency lumens blink repeatedly. It then shows a map of the ship, showing areas that are unable to be accessed, as well as showing where the door it just showed you is. It is, basically, if you go to the aft side of the ship, like the aftmost portion, where you were, I don't know if you can see my ping, but yeah, if you keep moving in the direction of, like, the aft direction, you will, you'll come across it. It's not marked on the map, but yeah, it's over here, where you are right now. So, yeah, so you'll have to clear debris from this side of the bridge to access the stairways, as there's a bunch of collapsed rubble. Now, you can do this with a successful DN6 athletics roll, or, if you have a chain fist, a difficulty number 4 weapon skill roll.
How about a hammer?
Yeah, so that'll be a DN6, DN6 weapon skill.
Alright.
So, yeah, just roll me weapon skill.
Weapon skill. DN6. Roll it. Roll it.
Okay. With, swing after swing of your hammer, you're able to pulverize this debris and collapsed rubble to free up a path to the doorway. Though it is very, very loud, and the sound echoes throughout the corridors and bridge of the ship. But you do make it. And, well, as you descend the stairwell, you feel the ship groaning beneath your boots, as if in protest. Before too long, you come across a massive door, the same one you saw in the picture recordings shown by the servo skull. With restored power, you're able to get the door open without any trouble. Now, you guys enter?
Be on your guard. Let's go in.
Let me catch up to you guys.
Yeah, so within, you see what seems to be the expected quarters for the Magos Executor Filial, but At least at first. It's filled with piping, mechanical devices, and displays, and connection ports, presumably to remotely accessed ship systems. The quarters are a mess. What little remains of what might generously be called furniture is utterly destroyed. Mechanical equipment is stained a dark brown. Someone can make me a DN3 Medicaid test.
I'll do it since seem to be good at Medicaid.
Yep. Wrath critical. You immediately add a glory. This is old, dried blood and gore. And it's mixed with machine oil. But most grotesque of all are the piles of machine parts, implants, and augmetics. Those that you would normally see on servitors, tech adepts, and the like, covered in themselves in gore and little bits of decayed organs from their original hosts.
This is revolting. Organic material, blood, tissue, organs mixed in with this blood, or mixed in with this oil.
Yeah.
These parts shouldn't be together.
Destiny is just gonna sign happiness and tap his helmet.
Now,
The work of some kind of treachery or evil. Surely unholy.
yeah, a look at any of the access ports reveals that they are completely cut off from the rest of the ship. Remote access to other parts of the ship from this compartment have been entirely revoked. And you happen to find what appears to have been a personal cogitator.
What's CogiTATERS?
Oh, cogitators are the equivalent of, like, a computer. It's like...
No, I was
Oh, okay.
doing a joke with the golem from
Yep.
Lord of the Rings with
Oh,
taters.
shit. Oh, shit. Sorry. My bad. Flew totally over my head. So, do you look at his browser history?
Yeah, let's. Yes.
So, in between multiple visits to a site called Only Toasters,
And an online order at KFC.
oh yeah, it was for the equivalent of 10 billion throne gelt. But
Hell of a delivery charge.
yeah, almost all of that was delivery because it was getting delivered to them while they were still in the warp.
That's one dedicated DoorDash driver.
Yep. Now, you find entries that detail kind of the comings and goings of the ship as usual. The kind of translation of the ship into the warp. It was all kind of routine. And then the navigator died and they were sent adrift. You note that about 2 weeks after that, the Magos, his entries suggest that he was having auditory malfunctions. And you note that there were regular requests to maintenance to get new wiring or stuff like that for the auditory augmetics. But slowly, you see that he says what I thought were auditory hallucinations from faulty augmetics. It turns out I could not have been more wrong. It was an aspect of the Deus Mechanicus speaking out to me, calling to me, telling me what it needs. It is the Deus Mechanicus. I am here to herald the coming of the Omnissiah. It just needs true flesh to be able to be the perfect union of the weak flesh with the strength of steel. All it asks for is the true flesh. I must give it the true flesh. You note a log, almost like a list. It'll say like, shift 1, 13 maintenance servitors. And it starts with servitors. And then the entries go on and they start noting tech adepts. And even lower ranking magos. But then it notes, I've been betrayed. The rest of the crew, they're heretics. They've tried to stop my work, to bring the Omnissiah forth. They brand me a heretic. Those short-sighted fools. They've cut me off. I'm alone in this chamber now, but it gives me all the more time to commune with the machine god and reach apotheosis. And the final entry simply says, the true Deus Mechanicus has given me his holy word. I shall follow where he leads me. And in the far corner of the chamber, you see a hole that enters into darkness. And that is the end of Mission 1.
It's the reeks of chaos and voices from the warp.
Yeah.
Did you say Skitari were in the initial breaking through into the ship?
They were like part of the crew, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw like a ton of them in that like impact vid get like thrown and broken around like bulkheads and stuff like that at the moment of impact. But yeah, it seems you've solved one mystery only to find another.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, no, that was.
Had a few hiccups with the combat, but
Yeah.
I think we can
I
get
did-
past that.
Yeah.
I did find if you have your character sheet open on combat, if you hover over a weapon, there's the little dice or the actual weapon icon. I wonder if that actually rolls. Let me check that now. Oh, it does. Pop up the test. Neat.
Yeah, so, there are little hiccups anytime you're kind of going into a new software, but
Yep.
yeah, we'll iron those out with time, and I hope you guys are enjoying the story.
Oh, yeah.
It was very compelling, and I definitely want to see where we're headed next.
Oh, yeah. And there's a bunch of stuff behind the scenes that you guys don't know about that got triggered, but you don't have to worry
Yeah, and I
about
might
that.
I might run an idea by you tomorrow about maybe a twist to my character that
Oh, yeah.
you could include in the story that might
Oh, yeah, yeah.
make things interesting.
Anybody who has ideas for things like in their past or something like that they think would be kind of important to their character, message them to me, because this campaign is built around, it's got a core storyline, but it's also built around you, and all of that storyline can be changed or altered or kind of gone about in a way that will provide compelling personal narratives. So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, next week we really get into the the kind of the meat and potatoes, as it were.
Meat and CogiTATERS.
There we go.
Yes, the meat and CogiTATERS.
As we
That's
go
basically
into...
what we found in that last room.
Yeah.
Yes, yes it is.
That would be a great name for this VOD, Meat and CogiTATERS.
There you go.
But, oh yeah, the next section, oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. Because, I don't think you guys are expecting what you're about to get. And I mean that in a good way. But, yeah, that'll be it. And, for this week, because I'm not about to get, starting a whole new mission at, at basically the time we'd be ending anyways, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be the end of the